Wolves, it's been getting a lot of pub recently. Andrew Wiggins, it's because of what he's doing in the month of November. 28 points a game, 5 assists, shooting 48% from the field. This is a former #1 overall pick, Brendan. Is this just a small sample size, or are we expecting to see this from him for the rest of the season?
I think you can expect to see this for Wiggins for the rest of the season simply because now his role has been changed. Role definition is one of the biggest things that helps a player in this league, having his role clearly defined. When Jimmy Butler was there, his role wasn't clearly defined. You saw Wiggins take several steps backwards. He didn't know how to operate as the third option. Now with Karl-Anthony Towns as the 1A, Wiggins as the 1B, we're seeing Wiggins thriving, averaging 26 points per game, 5 rebounds, efficient, 47% from the field. Finally getting me a block a game as well. I've been looking for him to get a little bit more defensive. But what we're seeing is Andrew Wiggins accepting the role now. He understands, I'm 1B. My number is going to be called a certain amount of times a night. He's very confident in that. And also, Zeke, you are a GM in this league. You know what wakes a player up a lot? When you draft a player at his position, that's very similar. That's very similar. That's very similar to him. So you look at this year's draft, Jarrett Culver. I think drafting him lit a fire in the Wiggins. And then players don't like to be forgotten. There was a top 100 list. I'm not sure who put it out, but Wiggins wasn't in the top 100 players, and he said something about it like, "You don't think I'm in the top 100 players?" Well, now Wiggins is going out there showing he's more than just top 100. He might be top 50 or something else.
And you know, Brendan, sometimes some players need permission to accept that role and to be better. And I think what Coach Saunders has given Towns and Wiggins is both, I think he's given both of them permission to really go out and you know, kind of stretch out and take shots and be a better player. And he's been with these two guys in their off-the-court moments, helping them grow as players, their player development, so forth and so on. So I think it was 2 weeks ago, or was it last week, that he benched him. Right. And when he benched him, they had a good enough relationship where he could say to him, "Hey, I know you can do more. I want you to do more." And I think the trust that Wiggins has in his coach has given him permission to really go out and excel.
Yeah, when you look at what Ryan Saunders has done in his first season as a head coach, it seems like this team, like you were saying, Karl-Anthony Towns feels a little different this year. Andrew Wiggins, he looks like the player we've been waiting for. How much credit, Brendan, do you give Ryan Saunders, who seems like he's doing a great job in his first season as the full-time head coach? I'm
giving Ryan Saunders a tremendous amount of credit. He's somebody that I've actually played for early on. That I actually played for his dad. He was on that staff. And so I understand that he knows how to relate to players. X's and O's isn't always what it's about. How do you relate to a young man? Wiggins isn't a natural aggressive guy. So some guys, you don't have to worry about how they're going to eat because they're going to come out here and take the food off your plate. Wiggins isn't one of those guys. You have to make sure you actively call plays to get him involved and get him in certain areas to make sure that he's always aggressive. Saunders realizes you have to coach the aggressiveness into Wiggins, and that's part of coaching. Everybody's not the same. Wiggins is thriving because of it. Wiggins put in the work this summer. Saunders is doing a great job from a coaching standpoint, understanding who Wiggins is and how to get the most out of him.
And I think the history that Saunders has with those two stars, I think the Timberwolves organization, they really made a smart decision by keeping him and elevating him because he was the one who really had the relationship. And you talked about, you know, they're off the court. You know, he was the guy that was kind of, you know, hanging around with him. You was there as a player, so he was in charge of Wiggins and Towns when they were younger, and now they've developing. So I think he can say things to both of them that I don't think another coach in the league will be able to say to them, and they will respond to Saunders the way they're responding now.
Being a younger coach, too, he also speaks their language. He understands this generation probably a little bit better than some older coaches would.
Right. Yeah, certainly a good start to Ryan Saunders in Minnesota. They have the San Antonio Spurs.
All right, Ryan, send us that check, man. Come on, man. Ryan, hey, man. Hook us up.
Hey, man. I'm bigging him up, man. We're going to get him Coach of the Year. We keep talking about him like that.
How about a Russell Westbrook game?